Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, Hayley.
Happy Monday, Micah.
Hey, this is the Monday Lunchtime Digest for February 24th, 2025. So we have sunshine. You can see a little bit of sliver coming through here in the back of my background here. So it's nice to have some sun and a little bit warmer weather. And Hayley, what is going on with OCI?
So, lots of great things going on at OCI. So, first of all, this weekend we are kicking off our in person training season. And so, I am so excited for that. It'll be this Saturday, March 1st in the morning. We have Jamie Lavecchio, who is going to be talking about motivational interviewing and substance abuse treatment. So, there'll be 3 hours of substance abuse specific CEs. In the afternoon, I will be talking about cultivating your career, the ethics of branching out as a therapist. So, ethical considerations for specializing, for developing competencies, and for uh, doing other clinical and non-clinical careers with your license. And so I'm really excited. So if you need some substance use specific or general for you LPC folks, or if you're needing some ethics for the year, or if you're needing those live trainings, I know that LCSW folks and LADC folks still have that live requirement. Be sure to join us this Saturday. The drug and alcohol specific will take place at 9 a.m. and mine will take place at 2 p.m.
Fantastic. And that's going to be at the Halo Project, but the Halo Project has moved since we were
Yes.
there last. And so now they are up the street a little bit on Memorial.
Yes, so it is just about a 2-minute drive away. I've already planned out if folks go to the old location. I think I know how to get them to the new one. But the new location is at 13439 Broadway Extension. And so we'll be there bright and early Saturday morning.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So come join us at the new Halo Project, and we'd love to see you there. Again, this motivational interviewing, which is a great skill set to have in dealing with, if you're dealing with drug and alcohol, substance abuse clients, or even just other clients that you're wanting to try to help them with behavior change. That is really a great approach. And then come see Hayley and learn what other things you can ethically do as a licensed mental health provider that then doesn't inadvertently step on your licensure toes. So how you can navigate that successfully. So that's really exciting.
Thank you. I'm really excited to do it. I sent Mike in my slides last week, been rehearsing the last few days, so I'm ready to go.
Great, fantastic. And then what else is going on at the Counseling Institute?
And so we'll have training days between now and June. And so on Saturday, April 5th, we'll be having introduction to Gottman method. We'll also be having another 3-hour substance abuse specific training on the topic of, uh, excuse me, harm reduction and substance abuse treatment. The Gottman registration is up now. The substance abuse training will be hopefully up by the end of this week. And so we'll have trainings those days. We have our Summer Super Summit coming up May 15th and 16th. And so that full lineup is available at summersupersummit.com. So if you'd like to see all of our breakout sessions, again, we'll be offering 14 hours of continuing education with opportunities to earn 3 hours of ethics, 3 hours of supervision, up to 10 hours of substance abuse specific, and more. And then on top of all that, we'll have training days almost every weekend in June. So go to counselinginstitute.org to save all of the dates for this year's trainings or to register today.
Yes, and we are really excited about the Summer Super Summit. We have a great lineup that is coming this year, and so if you can only attend one conference, attend our Summer Super Summit because we really think it will be worth coming to see. Where every single breakout session is just, I assume, it's going to be phenomenal. I mean, they have been year after year, and people have really enjoyed the keynotes and the breakout sessions. So if you can only do one conference, come to the Summer Super Summit. And then, as you've already stated, we have in-person workshops that are starting in March and will be going through June. And if for whatever reason you decide you don't want to get out and meet up with people for in-person events, then we have all of our on-demand trainings that you can go to counselinginstitute.org and find all of our on-demand. And we keep adding more and more on-demand content. I think we're up to, what is it, Hayley, like 60 or 70 workshops
60,
that are on there?
67 courses.
67?
Yes, almost 200 hours of continuing education.
Yeah, so come check that out, our on-demand courses, and we take feedback very, very seriously. So if we get feedback and for whatever reason that on-demand course is just not up to par for whatever reason, then we take it out of the catalog. So we want all the on-demand courses to be to have good quality and for people to learn from them. So you can rest assured that you're going to get good quality continuing education no matter where you go, in-person event or on-demand course.
Absolutely.
So, Hayley, what's going on in the world of mental health?
So I have a couple of news stories, one locally. So on March 12th from 11 to 3, East Central University is hosting a mental health fair. And so this mental health fair is open to the public as well. They'll be providing resources for mental health treatment and assessments and all that jazz in that area. And so I know that in our rural parts of Oklahoma, it's a little more challenging to find resources, one, and then get connected to those resources, two. And so, if you or some clients are located in that area, it might be good to refer them to that East Central University Health Fair. And you can find more on East Central University's website. And again, that'll take place Wednesday, March 12th from 11 to 3, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then nationally, so the New York Post posted a really interesting study this week. And so it was a study on the association between our phone use and our health and cognitive abilities.
Mhm.
And so, according to the study, about 58% of Americans report that they are addicted to their phones. And that number is about 80% for those under 30. And so, and I was thinking about that, those are people who report being addicted to their phones. And I know a lot of us, it's easy to downplay just how much we use our phones. And so I'm sure that number is really higher than what people have reported themselves. But as we know, an increase in phone use or in social media use can lead to an increased risk of developing depression, anxiety symptoms, and all that jazz. And so they did a study where they had folks they could elect to basically turn off the internet on their phones for 2 weeks. And so in the study, they could still call and text if they wanted to on their phones. And they could also access the internet from their personal computer, their work computer. They were not restricted on internet on any other device, only their cell phones. And
Mhm.
so for 2 weeks, the folks who had turned off that internet for at least 10 of those 14 days, what they found is they experienced a 71% improvement in mental health. They showed a significant reduction in the depression. The depression scores actually were significantly reduced, greater than what we see in antidepressants. And they also found that attention span increased. In fact, attention span increased so much that they saw basically a reversal of 10 years of cognitive decline in that 2 weeks of refrained cell phone use. And so previous research has shown that reducing social media use to 30 minutes or less per day can show a significant decrease in anxiety, depression, and loneliness. But this is one of the first studies that showed just how much it is affecting our mental health, or not only mental health, but also cognitive functioning as
Mhm.
well. And so I know that there's been a lot of research that has shown that, social media use, because, you get that quick stimulation, you're scrolling Facebook, you're scrolling Instagram, you're watching TikToks and whatnot. It's short bursts of dopamine, those videos, those posts, it takes maybe 8, 9 seconds to read, sometimes shorter. And so we're getting constant stimulation. And so it's easy for us to want to change to the next post, or, change to the next app. And so it's fascinating and kind of scary to see just how much our attention span can be improved by a 2 week diet. And
Mhm.
that, again, is just removing internet from our phones. That is keeping access on our computers and all that jazz, and keeping our ability to text. So a lot of food for thought, I think, for our clients and our own mental health and well-being. I know for me that a couple of years ago, I deleted, social media apps from my phone, and because I didn't realize just how much time I've been spending on those until I got that screen report at the end of the week. Said, "Oh, you've been spending 4 to 5 hours online every day." And for me, that wasn't healthy. Not that I don't still use my phone for dumb stuff sometimes, but I know for me, it's shown a significant improvement in my own mental health. It's just interesting to see that reflected in the research too.
Yeah, that is really interesting. And that 71%, that's phenomenal. And so, as you say, it's just taking it off the phone. So people could still check it on their laptop or whatever, just not having it as readily accessible that then you're just clicking on it in front of the TV, not talking with, your spouse or whoever else is around you. So yeah, that is phenomenal. And,
Right.
you know, one of the things I will then kind of segue into a little bit is checking out our Facebook page. And so if you are spending your 30 minutes in checking your social media, then you definitely want to check out our Facebook page, because that's where we post a lot of content about what's going on with OCI. Also just what's going on in the world and mental health in general. And I dare say, Hayley, I think we're probably one of, if not the most active social media page among any mental health organization in Oklahoma. I mean, I would put our page up against anyone else's. And so really just looking at being able to share different things that are happening in the Oklahoma legislature, and then also in research and things like that. And there was one, as you were talking about this research, there was one that came to mind. I posted, I think it was just this morning, from the APA that was giving guidelines on gaming addiction. Mm-hmm. And so that's something that check out the Facebook feed during your 30 minutes that you're doing social media, and check out some of the research and what's going on with OCI, and again, the Oklahoma legislative. So also the other thing I want to kind of give some prompts to is our OCI page. So the counselinginstitute.org, and looking at the legislative page. And so if you check that out, I'm going to try to share my screen here real quick. Here we go. So by checking this out, then you're able to click here. You can find, who your legislators are. And then also by going here, looking at the National Board of Certified Counselors, they have their guide to advocacy that can be found here. The American Counseling Association, they have their advocacy competencies that can be found there. Also some different stances that some of these different organizations have, links there. And then here's where everything is on the Oklahoma bills that are working their way through the House or Senate. And if you see something that you're concerned about that's not listed here, then email us at hello@edmondcounseling.com, and we can add it very, very easily. But I think the thing that's really worth noting for today is at 1:30, the Health and Human Services Committee is going to be having a hearing that's going to be talking about Senate Bill 1045 and Senate Bill 1040. And so if you want to watch that, you can just go to our page and then click here, and then it will take you to the Oklahoma Senate website. And then you can just go down to the Health and Human Services room, click there, and then it will show you a live feed, live video, streaming video of that. But what they're going to be talking about is these two bills. So Senate Bill 1045 is removing certain limitations of appointees to the Oklahoma Board for Psychologists. And so right now, a person, it has to be nominated from the Oklahoma Psychological Association to the governor, and the governor has to select from these people that are nominated by the Oklahoma Psychological Association before they can be on the board. The Senate Bill 1040 is very similar, but it's for the Board of Licensed Alcohol and Drug Counselors. So right now, the governor can only choose from people that are nominated by the ODAPCA and some of those organizations. What this does is it helps to broaden it so that if an individual mental health practitioner wants to be on the board, then they can write a letter and nominate themselves to be on the board, and the governor can choose based upon what you send them about your qualifications. Also, if there's another mental health agency that wants to nominate somebody, they can send in a nomination to the governor, and he or she can select from that nomination. So it's not limited just to these own particular entities. So right now we have with the Oklahoma Board of Behavioral Health, they have to be nominated by the Oklahoma Counseling Association. And so there's not a bill in the works to affect that, but that's just another similarity that in order to be on the board, Oklahoma Board of Behavioral Health, you have to be active with the Oklahoma Counseling Association and be part of that in order to be nominated to be on the Board of Behavioral Health. This is different from the Oklahoma Board of Licensed Social Work, which does not have this requirement and hasn't had this requirement for a while. So the Social Work Board has been what these bills are proposing, where, again, someone can be nominated by association, but they can be nominated by another entity or even self-nominate themselves. And so the Oklahoma Board of Social Work has been operating that way for a while. So this is going to be really interesting. If you want to watch this hearing, it comes on at 1:30. I think it's going from 1:30 to 2:30. We're going to talk about these two bills and then also a few other bills as well.
That'll be really interesting to see how that plays out, if that bill passes, and if so, if other boards follow.
Yes, very much. So, Hayley, do we have a winner for this week?
We do. Our winner this week is our good friends at Slate Recovery.
Hey, who is it from Slate?
Just Slate. Slate liked our post, and
It's
they
just
won.
Slate?
It's just Slate.
Oh my goodness. So congratulations to Slate. So I know that Slate has a couple of LPCs there that can utilize continuing education. And so we will be happy to give them a free on-demand course to the people there at Slate Recovery.
Yeah, so Slate, let us know. Send us a message, send us an email, hello@edmondcounseling.com. Tell us which one of your employees would like the course and which course that will be. We'll be happy to add that on-demand course to their profile. And so if you'd like to be like Slate or Stephen last week or Amy the week before or other Amy the week before or other Amy the week before, what you can do is you can like this post, you can comment on this post, or you can share this post. Every time you do one of those three things, not only do you help us grow, you help us be seen by others, we also get entered into a chance to win. And so if you want to win next week's drawing, answer this question. What are some of your Oscar predictions for this week? Tell us who you're thinking maybe for Best Picture or Best Actress or Best Score. I know Jimmy has opinions on Best Score. Jimmy, one of our therapists. Yes.
Oh.
He's probably one of the only people I know who have strong opinions on Best Score. And so we're going to see if his predictions come true. But one of my predictions, or one of my hopes at least, is that Demi Moore wins Best Actress. Hollywood has done her dirty in the past, and she is a phenomenal actress, and she's up for Best Actress this year for The Substance. And so I'm really rooting for her to win. Micah, do you have any predictions or any hopes this year?
No, that I was sitting here thinking, I think, is Conclave up for anything?
I believe it's up for Best Picture.
Okay, I'll go with that, only because that's one that I've actually seen. So there's a lot of movies I haven't seen lately. Not that I don't stream my fair amount of Netflix and stuff like that, but I'm going to go for Conclave then for Best Picture.
Okay, so Conclave for Best Picture, Demi Moore for Best Actress. Tell us in the comments if you agree, disagree, or what you're hoping for.
Yeah, so we'd love to hear from you. And anytime that you comment, post, share, anytime that you join us in-person workshop, you watch one of our on-demand courses, anytime that you do any of those things, tell a colleague about us. You're helping to meet the mission, providing quality continuing education for mental health professionals. And thank you so much for everything that you guys do. We really appreciate you. So everyone have a great Monday and enjoy the nice weather. And we will see you guys next Monday.
See you next Monday. Take care.
All right. Bye, everyone.